Vasanthi Stanley.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir, for giving me this opportunity to record my observations on the finance bill, especially the implementation of the new taxes. Already I have recorded my observations over the overall budget, and now I am really very happy to be here. As a previous government servant of Tamil Nadu government in the commercial taxes department, I have served as an officer in the department. So I would like to highlight only 2 points here, sir. The Government of India has announced an average of 40% hike to all the central government employees. Many states, including Tamil Nadu, have adopted the 6th Pay Commission recommendations and revised the pay structure. Especially in Tamil Nadu, the pay revision has been adopted in toto. The Government of Tamil Nadu has given a pay hike to the tune of rupees 5,156 crores by way of recurring expenditure during the financial year. Rupees 12,000 crores has been set apart for payment of arrears as non-recurring expenditures. At this juncture, what I would like to impress upon the Finance Minister is the minimum pay rise given to the central government employees and some of the state government employees is 40%, but the income tax relief announced is not even 10%, sir. And it is not at all on par with the salary increase after the pay commission revision. Hence, I request the Honorable Finance Minister that the tax relief should actually reach the government employees and not existing only in the papers. Welfare schemes, so many can be announced by the state government and also the central government, but they are really reaching the poor people, the needy people only through the government employees. E.M. Foster, he used to say funnily, King George may caper on banners, but it is Mr. John Bull who delivers the goods. So, really the government employees should enjoy the benefits. My next concern would be regarding the introduction of GST by 1st April 2010. At this juncture, I would like to recall how VAT was being introduced. Though the Government of India was insisting the state governments to introduce VAT, the previous AIADMK regime of Tamil Nadu did not opt to put themselves to the acid test of introducing the VAT. A compensation was being announced by the central government that all the loss of revenue will be compensated to the state governments. Hence, the state government of Tamil Nadu under the leadership of Kalaignar opted to introduce VAT from 1/1/2007. The state government has prepared the original accounts to substantiate their loss of revenue and claims the compensation. But, sir, the Government of India has not only compensated the loss fully, they have only provisionally compensated, but tends to cross-check the accounts by way of audit, which leads to inordinate delays, sir. Developing states should not be discouraged like this, sir. Especially a state like Tamil Nadu, who cooperate with the centre with good spirit, should be encouraged, sir. To put in a nutshell, sir, the Government of Tamil Nadu entitles itself for a compensation of rupees 2,962 crore for the year 2007, and for the year 2008, the loss of revenue, the claim is 2,062 crores, sir. And regarding CST, sir, due to the reduction of Central Sales Tax Act from 4% to 3%, then to 2%, from 2007 to 2009, sir, actual loss is 2,905 crores for Tamil Nadu, but only 648 crores is being sanctioned, sir, and 2,257 crores is yet to be compensated. A total compensation expected for Tamil Nadu alone is about 4,243 crores, sir. If this be the case of VAT, how the central government is expecting the state governments to cooperate with them when they want to introduce GST, sir? While introducing GST, the government claims that a single rate of tax, that is revenue neutral rate, can be introduced. How can the state governments assess the loss of revenue? The present rate of taxes prevailing are 1%, 4% and 12.5%, sir, under VAT. The RNR, that is revenue neutral rate, proposed will be definitely be much higher than the rate now prevailing at the lower band, sir. Though the Honorable Minister for Finance claims that there is empowered committee of State Finance Minister who encourages the implementation of GST by 1/4/2010, the Government of Tamil Nadu has already addressed the Finance Department that an appropriate mechanism of compensation independent of Finance Ministry. I would like to underline this, sir. an appropriate mechanism of compensation independent of finance ministry and with the say of state government should be evolved. I would like to impress upon the Honorable Minister of Finance at this juncture to give it a second thought of introducing GST by 2001-2010 itself, because it involves introducing the new act, drafting and amending the bills in the state government, training the state government employees, educating the traders about this, and also creating softwares suitable to the state government. When there is going to be dual GST, that is from the state and also from the central government and state government, certainly there is going to be a very big approach from the traders. Last but not the least, the government of Tamil Nadu has announced 1.75 crores as a assembly constituency fund to all the MLAs, and the total emoluments each MLA is receiving per month salary and allowances, it is 50,000, which is much above the MPs that we are receiving here, sir. We are all your children. The finance minister, sir? I am asking for both lower and upper houses of for the MPs here, sir. With this observation, sir, I request that the Honorable Minister to do the needful befitting both